More than 14,000 civilians have been injured since Putin invaded Ukraine last February. That's according to the United Nations. And now a group of American plastic and reconstructive surgeons are trying to help. They're on the ground in Ukraine working with about 30 patients, many of them Ukrainian soldiers and civilians who've been hurt in the fighting. Together, the surgeons will repair complex facial injuries and teach local surgeons how to perform these difficult surgeries. Joining us now, live from Ukraine, is Dr. Manoj Abraham. He's a facial plastic and reconstructive surgeon. He is also chair of the humanitarian program Face to Face, which organized this trip. Doctor, so good to have you here on the show. You're there with a team of four.
Thanks for having me on.
You're there with a team of 4 surgeons. Tell me what kinds of injuries you're seeing and treating.
Yeah, unfortunately, these are devastating injuries to the face, a result of bullet wounds, shrapnel, missiles, bombs. It's really unfortunate and tragic that we have to take care of these patients.
And you're seeing not just soldiers, but civilians. Are we talking men, women, children?
So this is our second time to Ukraine. On our previous trip, we worked out of a civilian hospital, and we treated children, women, men. On this trip, we're at a more specialized hospital, and we are primarily taking care of soldiers.
You're in Lviv. What are conditions like there to be performing these kinds of surgeries? I know they're very intricate, so do you have all the equipment you need, or did you bring it with you?
We brought a lot of the equipment. We're really working on training the local surgeons in some of these complex techniques, microvascular surgery, transplanting tissue from different parts of the body to reconstruct broken faces. The conditions are surprising. The people here are remarkably resilient. The surgeons are all excellent. They're all well trained. They just need additional information and training to get them to do some of these more complex reconstructive procedures.
Yeah, what you do is very, very highly specialized and can be very, very delicate. I know one man you treated had lost his nose after a mine blast, and doctors who were in Ukraine were only able to do sort of rudimentary care. What are you hoping to do for him?
So that's exactly right. A lot of these patients get treated on the front line. They get shipped out to safer areas. And unfortunately, again, the local surgeons are really busy with just the volume of patients they're taking care of, and don't necessarily have the skill set. So some of the things that we do, the microvascular surgery, allowing transfer of tissue from different areas. For instance, a lot of patients missing significant parts of their jaw. We can help reconstruct that using a bone from the leg that we transplant. We use 3D patient-specific implants to replace missing parts of the facial skeleton. Those are things that, unfortunately, they don't have access to currently here in Ukraine. And our goal is to bring that technology, these techniques, to the doctors here so that they can take care of patients themselves, because that would have an exponential impact on these patients.
Yeah, these injuries, they would impact a person's ability to speak, a person's ability to eat, or even breathe. I mean, we're talking, the face is and it's what you put out to the world. It's really crucially important for these people.
It really is. It's critical. Unfortunately, especially with the soldiers, they have body armor, other things that protect their vital structures, their heart, their lungs. But even if they're wearing a helmet, their face is exposed, and that's unfortunate what we're seeing. Missing noses, as you mentioned, or parts of the jaw that have been blown away, orbital injuries. And so, our team is from all over the United States. We have specialists, oculoplastic surgeons, facial plastic surgeons, that have come together to, bring their training and skills here so that we can really make a difference for the people here, because they need the help.
I'm just curious, Doctor, you're treating a lot of soldiers on this trip. What is the morale like among the troops as this war goes into its second year?
Yeah, it is definitely dragging on, and it has had an impact. I do want to say, though, it's remarkable how these patients with these incredible injuries of the face are still really looking to try to return to the battlefront.
Wow.
They want us to fix them up so that they can, help in the effort to save Ukraine. And it really speaks to their heart and their courage, to try to overcome the injuries that they have and still, defend their country.
All right. Dr. Manoj Abraham, thanks so much for getting up. I know it's 1:45 in the morning there in Ukraine. We appreciate you joining us tonight to explain what you're doing to help the folks there. Good luck with your mission.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.